I wonder what 10 horror films ya boy is looking forward to the most over the next year. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Nick at the Lost River Drive-In, and I am here tonight to give you guys, in order, over the next 365 days or so, depending on release, what my top 10 horror films are. Most anticipated horror films are in that time frame. Now, since it's July, it's kind of weird because, usually do this at the beginning of the year. But with COVID also, a lot wasn't coming out. So now that things are coming out and they're being actively produced and filmed and distributed, and we're gearing up for a lot of movies, over the next year, what are my 10 most anticipated horror films? Well, checking in at number 10 is a movie called Antlers. This is a Guillermo del Toro produced film. There is a trailer for it online. I'll link it right there. Click on it and watch it when you're done with this video. The movie looks a lot like what you get with del Toro movies. You know it's going to be relentless. You know it's going to be very creepy and unsettling. But it looks very dark. It looks well made, it looks well acted, and it looks like it's going to be just genuinely frightening. So I'm cautiously optimistic about this movie. I put it at 10. There are 9 others that I'm looking forward to more. I don't know a ton about this movie, but with Guillermo del Toro attached to it, producing it, and what I've seen from the trailer, it looks good. So a nice original horror idea that I'm looking forward to. Coming in at number 9 is another original horror idea by a guy that has kind of been off the grid of horror. Now he's produced and he's, been credited to a lot of films, but hasn't directed a horror film in years. What movie is that and who's the director? Well, James Wan's Malignant. We know nothing about Malignant. Nothing. We've gotten a poster. We've gotten a brief glimpse of a scene in an HBO Max promo, and that's it. We know nothing about Malignant. That's fine. That's fine. I don't need to know anything about Malignant to know that it's on my top 10 most anticipated over the next year, because James Wan has yet to steer me wrong. James Wan is a modern horror master. I mean, he creates gold. That's James Wan. Every film he has directed, there isn't a single one that I don't like. Now, I haven't seen Aquaman. Oh my God, what? But all of his horror films I like. Every single one. So, Malignant, naturally, I don't know a damn thing about it. It makes the list at number 9. Coming in at number 8 is going to be Paranormal Activity 7. Obviously, it's not going to be called that, but it's the 7th film in the Paranormal Activity franchise. And yes, I am looking forward to this. Why am I looking forward to this movie? Well, because 1, you get Christopher Landon back into the franchise to write the film. 2, it's been years since the franchise was even really talked about, even relevant. There hasn't been a movie in a while. The first 3 Paranormal Activity movies are great. I mean, they really, really are. I with the third one being my favorite. To bring a guy back to write this story and to put us back into this world that was responsible for some of the better films in this franchise. And since it's been so long, the absence makes the heart grow fonder, and I'm excited for it. I'm really looking forward to it, because if it's bad, guess what? It's bad. Who cares? But we got another one. So I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. Coming in at number 7 is going to be Paramount's Pet Sematary prequel, directed by Lindsay Beer. This is going to be a Paramount Plus exclusive film. And we just learned the other day that they have cast young Judd. What does that tell you? Well, if you didn't already know it was going to be a prequel, now you know for sure it's going to be a prequel. We're going to get a young Judd. We're probably going to get Judd's story, his first foray into the Pet Sematary, as we've already seen touched on a little bit, but we've never ever gotten it fleshed out. So I think that's what we're going to get, obviously, and I'm really excited for that. I was a fan of the 2019 film. I also am a fan of the original films. Staying in the world of Pet Sematary is something that I am more than down with. So looking forward to that quite a bit. Coming in at number 6 is going to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yes, a film we know very little about, except the one thing that they keep hammering into our heads. It was produced by Fede Alvarez. Okay, we know a little bit more than that, but that's what they're marketing as. Hey, the guy that was responsible for Don't Breathe and Evil Dead 2013? Well, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But he didn't direct it, but he's a part of it. There are some things that we know about this movie. We know that the character of Sally Hardesty is going to be revisited. Obviously a new actress, because Marilyn Burns has passed away. So that character is going to be in her 70s, or God knows how. I think it's, her 70s. And from what we know, she's going to basically try to she's been waiting for Leatherface. She wants to face off with him toe to toe. I don't know. A little weird. And we know it's a direct sequel to the first film. That's what we know. We've also been told that they're really going to bring back the grit and the gore. And okay. I'm cautiously optimistic about this movie because I love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films. I really, really do. Some of those movies are some of my favorites over, in the 2000s. So I'm really excited for that. Having said that, though, I'm very, very, very worried about some of the test screening reactions we've gotten. But I'm looking forward to it. Coming in at number 5 is going to be my boy Jeeps. Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Yes, I am really looking forward to this movie. I know the worry with a lot of people. First and foremost, I want to say thank God Victor Salva is not in any way affiliated with this movie. He had nothing to do with it. This is an original reboot. This is injecting new life into a franchise with his name nowhere near it. Thank God, the Creeper's iconic. He deserves to live on without that carbuncle dragging him down. The director's kind of an unknown director. He directed a film called Iron Sky. His name is Timo Vornsola, I believe. And I think that movie's very B-movie-ish from what I've seen. So people are worried. I would say temper your expectations. This is not going to be an Oscar-winning film. But Jeepers Creepers 3 sucked. So it really can only go up from there. I think it was time to inject new life into it. I really think there is some promise with this movie. I think that the actual premise, too, it sounds like it could be a massive body count, which I'm really excited about. I want to see the Creeper on the screen again. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Evil Dead Rise. This is another movie that, most of these movies we don't have exact dates for yet. We just know they're coming this year or, by the end of this year, beginning of next year, middle of next year. Evil Dead Rise is another one of those movies. Currently shooting right now from director Lee Cronin. You can follow him on social media. He actually posts photos almost every day on the set, which is really cool. I'm super excited for this movie, guys. Knowing that the original team is in place with Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi taking an active part in the producing it. It's not just a producer credit. They are fully aware of everything happening. They are engaged. They are involved. And that's super cool. We know our cast. We know our general premise. 2 sisters in a skyrise. The evil comes to the city. That's cool. I'm really excited for that. It's a bummer kind of to be taken out of the woods, but at the same time, we've done it a lot. Let's see how the Deadites work in kind of an open world territory. So I'm really excited for Evil Dead Rise, and I hope you guys are too. Coming in at number 3 is going to be Nia DaCosta's Candyman. Not Jordan Peele's Candyman. Produced by Jordan Peele. Directed by Nia DaCosta. I am really excited for this movie. Candyman was a movie that scared the crap out of me as a kid. Absolutely terrified me. And I enjoyed the second film as well. I was not digging the first trailer for this movie, guys. I really wasn't. It felt like it did not exist in the same world as the first Candyman film. And I was like, really? I'm supposed to believe that it does? Like, this is a sequel? I don't know. Watching the second trailer, once that was released, totally different. I mean, tonally, I guess I should say, tonally different than the first trailer. And my God, am I glad, because this second trailer rocked my socks off. I was stoked after watching this second trailer. You get 2 quick shots of Tony Todd in the trailer. You get his voice, you get the hook, you get some awesome gore, some chase scenes, a lot more grounded in Candyman's mythology and feels like Candyman. So very excited for Candyman. This is vaulted all the way up to number 3 on my list when it might have been like 8 or 9, a month ago. That second trailer did wonders. Let's hope the film is like that. Now this is going to be, I think, surprising to a lot of people because you look around me, I'm the Halloween guy, right? Well, my number 2 most anticipated horror film over the next year is Halloween Kills. It's not number 1. And I say that because we just had Halloween 2018 just a few years ago, so I haven't missed Michael as much as I used to. Having said that, Kills looks awesome. The trailer's fantastic. I'm a Halloween guy. Like, I'll be there opening night. I'll probably see it like 4 or 5 times in the theaters. It's fantastic. I mean, it looks amazing. I am absolutely stoked for this movie. I don't really need to get any more into any more. You guys know it. It's the middle part of a trilogy. They say it's going to be like The Empire Strikes Back, which I'm assuming means Michael's probably going to win by the end of this movie. Setting up for the finale in the 3rd film. Jamie Lee back, David Gordon Green back to direct, Andy Matichak back, Judy Greer back, Kyle Richards coming back. Yeah, I mean, what else can I say, guys? I'm stoked for Halloween Kills, but there's a film that I am more excited for than Halloween Kills. And if you couldn't tell by the shirt, surprise, Sydney. It's Scream. Scream 2022, or Scream 5, or 5 Cream, whatever you want to call it. Scream is my most anticipated film over the next calendar year. Not just horror film in general. Why is that? It has been over a decade since Ghostface donned the screen. Over a decade. Not only did we not think this was going to happen after Wes Craven's passing, if it ever did happen, we never once thought that Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette would be coming back. Well, guess what? They are. The crew is back together. They get great directors. God, I'm going to butcher their names. So I'm just Tyler and Matt, who directed Ready or Not. They get some great fresh blood into the franchise. For example, Dylan Minnette, Kyle Gallner. They're making this film as a labor of love for Wes Craven. When Neve Campbell, who said after Wes died she wouldn't come back now that he was gone, when she came out and said, yeah, what they've crafted is something that is awesome. It honors Wes. I'm going to do it. I'm excited. That's all I needed. That's all I needed, sister. You tell me that, Neve, I'm on my way to the theater. Take my money. What more can I say, guys? That's why it's been so long since we've had a Scream movie. The crew is back. The directors are great. The new cast is great. Is it January yet? I'm stoked. So yeah, guys, that's my 10 most anticipated horror films over the next calendar year. Let me know in the comments what your guys' are. What do you think of my list? What would you have swapped out? What would you have maybe moved up higher, moved down lower? Or would you have just trashed my list completely because it's garbage? I don't know, but let me know in the comments. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and make sure to become a patron. We've got great stuff that comes out on there weekly, and I would really, really, really welcome and appreciate your guys' support. Thanks for stopping by the Lost River Drive-In. This is Nick, and I'm pulling out.